America Rising Media. Live from Washington, D.C., Spin City is on the ground at the National Mall, broadcasting the 250th anniversary of the United States of America. Join us July 3rd and July 4th for fireworks, freedom, and the greatest celebration this nation has ever seen. 250 years of liberty. Don't miss a single moment. America Rising Media. Live coverage of America's birthday.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you might be, Mr. Balderson. Good to see you, sir.
How's it going? Tonight? Good week for cannabis users. Good week for cannabis users.
Yeah, right. That's what we found. It's a good week. So we've got a little special panel tonight. We are going to be talking about the decision the Supreme Court ruled upon about pew-pews and cannabis users. We've got Krautmick in the back. Good afternoon, good evening, Mr. Krautmick. How are you today?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
And we have our resident security agent, Mr. Security. Good evening. How are you this evening, sir? Of course, he's not going to talk. That's all right. He's fine. We are live over on the Benjamin Balderson channel, Spin City News, on X, Rumble, Pilled.net, and on the Krautmick Twitch and YouTube channel. We will have some more panelists in here momentarily. Mr. Balderson has a video he wants to share with us. Let's get that playing right now up on the screen in due fashion.
Supreme Court term comes to an end. The High Court issuing a unanimous ruling today in the U.S. versus justices, siding with a Texas man who argued a law barring drug users from owning guns was a violation of his Second Amendment rights.
With more, we're joined by KTLA law and politics analyst Jessica Levinson. Jessica, good to have you with us. Let's start with the basics and explain to us what was being argued here. Was this about illegal use of a controlled substance or about possession of a firearm?
It was about those two things together. So this case is about a federal statute that says that if you are the user of controlled substances or if you're an addict, then you should not possess a gun. And the argument in this case was
that
not
dinging
whether
voice
is constitutional, but whether or not the statute
I was turning up my volume, my fault.
applied to Mr. Hamani, who was a frequent marijuana user, but there was no indication that he was a danger to himself or others. So I think the big takeaway here is
we had to shut it off because of what was being shown on the screen, but we've got the gist of it. What do you think?
What was being shown? I didn't see it. I happened to look down. Yeah.
Yep. Can't show that on YouTube.
Oh, well, I'll go ahead and read this because there's another ruling also regarding 2A.
Yep.
So there's been a lot in June here for the Second Amendment. Two Supreme Court rulings in June 2026 reinforced the trend toward broad gun rights under the Second Amendment, overriding attempts to limit concealed carry and to punish the ownership of guns by drug users. The ruling in the concealed carry case, Wolford versus Lopez, was no surprise. It followed the expected 6-3 division of the conservative and liberal wings of the court to block the state of Hawaii from making concealed carry a practical impossibility. After a longtime observer of the Supreme Court, or as a longtime observer of the Supreme Court, I believe the unanimous ruling in the second case, U.S. versus Hermani, is more surprising from the conservative court. That's because it strikes down the long-standing federal law restricting gun ownership by consumers of controlled substances. The ruling suggests the current court is so pro-gun that it has decided it must be pro-drugs. Really, that's in Wolford versus Lopez. The gist of the ruling comes in the first sentence For years, the state of Hawaii has made it almost impossible to obtain a license to carry a firearm. After the Supreme Court's 2022 Bruin ruling recognized the right to carry a concealed handgun in public for personal defense, Hawaii continued to attempt to restrict the right. The state's recent gun law flipped the script on allowable concealed carry regulations. Rather than the normal limitation that a property owner can ban concealed carry by posting a sign, all concealed carry was assumed to be banned unless the owner posted a sign allowing it. As Justice Samuel Alito, the author of the decision, summarized the effect of the law, citizens would be barred from entering many places that people routinely visit in the course of their daily routines, such as gas stations, convenience stores, restaurants, coffee shops, drugstores, grocery stores, big box stores, home improvement stores. He's just going to go bubble gump on that. I'm going to go ahead and skip to the next.
Bubble shrimp, bubble shrimp.
If those restrictions make concealed carry impractical for ordinary citizens, then this regime hobbles what the Second Amendment protects: the rights of Americans to carry arms for self-defense as they go about their daily lives. Justice Kajana Brown Jackson and Sonia Sotomayor see the regulation as nothing remarkable or unconstitutional, but just property owners exercising their rights to ban guns. The majority see this as subterfuge. Under the current court, a core individual right. My tea is, or my water is screaming at me. I'll be right back. So this is the this particular ruling is the liberal versus conservative on the guns, where the liberals did 3 and the conservatives voted 6. Under the current court, a core individual right, free speech, free exercise of religion, or personal defense with firearms can be regulated but not eradicated, limited but not eliminated. For the court majority, the Hawaii regulation was a transparent attempt to stamp out concealed carry in the state. The 1968 Gun Control Act initiated the federal restriction on the combination of guns and drugs, specifically targeting marijuana users, because that's what we all know, that marijuana users are definitely the most violent and gun using of all drug users. The amendments in the 1993, the Brady Law, and in 1994, the Violence Against Women Act expanded the restrictions to apply to any person who is an unlawful user of or addicted to any controlled substance. From 1968 to 2026, it seems reasonable to believe that drug use and gun use were incompatible because each can kill you. In combination, they seem even more likely to have that result. As Justice Neil Garush noted in the Hermani ruling, we appreciate that drugs and guns can sometimes make for a dangerous mix. Nonetheless, the court ruled unanimously that the federal law overreaches for 2 interrelated reasons. One about constitutional law and the other about the facts surrounding marijuana use. In 2021, the New York Rifle and Pistol versus Bruin ruling set the constitutional standard for firearms regulations that do not violate the Second Amendment. They must fit within the nation's historical tradition. This places the burden on the government to identify examples of similar regulations with a long-standing pedigree. They do not have to be a historical twin, but they do have to be grounded in the same how and why of the current law. In 2024, U.S. versus Rahimi ruling The court employed the new historical standard to uphold the federal law denying gun rights to people who are under a domestic violence protective order. At the time of the founding, there were no specific laws addressing guns and spousal abusers, but there were laws that disarmed those who went armed offensively or to the fear and terror of any person. The court considers those comparisons to be close enough. Regarding drug advocates of the federal law outlawing gun ownership for users and addicts, argue that historical examples of laws restraining habitual drunkards provide the necessary analog. The court disagreed because of those laws focused only on those whose habits rendered them practically incapacitated.
Drunkards.
Yeah.
What the fuck did they come up with these? Is that even English?
Yeah. No, that I've heard that. It's been a while.
I've never heard that term, drunkards.
Yeah,
I've heard you're a fucking drunk.
right. Yeah,
drunkards is old school, like really old school, like freaking like the 1850s type shit.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off, Ben. I just never heard drunkard.
Yeah. Maybe that's the plural of drunk. Drunkards. A herd of drunkards.
Wait a minute. Wouldn't it be drunks?
No,
I think a bunch of drunks walking down the street.
It's a herd of drunkards.
I think drunkard more describes like the adjective of getting drunk. If I'm getting the right word right, what describes an action? That's an adjective, right?
Anyways, in 2022, Ali Hermani, a Texas marijuana user who owned a gun for self-defense, was indicted under a federal statute that makes it a felony for anyone who is an unlawful user of or addicted to any controlled substance to possess a firearm. In the court's view, Hermani's kind of moderate marijuana use simply does not qualify given that. He admits to using marijuana about every other day. But how much marijuana does Mr. Hermani use? In what potency and to what effect? Is he routinely unable to manage his affairs, a risk to himself or his family? Or does he use a mild gummy as a sleep aid a few times a week? The court insists that habitual drunkard laws at the time of the nation's founding applied only to those who could not manage their own affairs, but did not apply to social or even heavy drinkers. There is copious evidence that the founders themselves, not just Sam Adams, but also John Adams and James Madison, were serious drinkers. Fucking Benjamin Franklin was a complete lush and a fucking Andy liked having a lot of sex with young girls.
Oh Lord.
Yeah. Even George Washington often drank 3 glasses of Madeira in the evening, not enough to be considered a heavy drinker in his day, according to the historical research cited in the Hermani ruling. The implications seem to be that alcohol was normal then, while marijuana has become normal now. The ruling hinges on evolving perceptions of recreational drugs, especially marijuana. Does pot make users irrational? Does a marijuana habit indicate that someone is irresponsible? If drug users...
Wait. Let me interrupt you on that. I'm going to ask you the question, Ben. Because you use your medicinal herbal remedy for things that are wrong with you, does that make you would that make, I'll generalize it, would that make one irresponsible, or ought that make someone irresponsible?
Absolutely not. It's if you're using it, and this is one of the things that they were considering when they talked about it originally. They said that if you're an illegal user, which if you're medical, you're not illegal, and then also if you're a habitual user, like a complete degenerate with it. So this seems to really be leaning heavily on whether you're controlling yourself or not.
Right.
which would make
Well, the
sense.
question, there are some states that recreational use is now legal at the state level, correct?
Well, that's not going to pass on to the federal level, though. So this is a federal ruling, although it's going to make it so the states also can't stop them from using drugs. But there is a difference because all recreational marijuana is federally illegal. But medical marijuana, because so this is there's been a number of things this year that got moved around. The medical marijuana got moved down to Schedule 3, which means that it's now a medical thing rather than at Schedule 1, it had no medical value whatsoever. So now it's recognized as a medical as medically legal. So like myself, even federally, I'm legal to use my cannabis.
Right.
And
Because it's
as
for
long
medical use.
correct. Stop, Bubba. And
Yeah,
as long
but wait a minute. I have a question on that, Ben, and I apologize to cut you off, but
go ahead.
for dialogue, right? If one would in a recreational use state,
Knock it off.
yeah, knock it off.
Come here, Bubba. Come here, Sky. Bring the teeth on, so everybody got to act up.
Of course, that's how it always happens. It's like when you have children, they don't bother you, but when you're doing something, you're talking to somebody else, guess what? They're always important. And yes, children are important.
Yeah, I got a kitten. Well, I got 2 cats. Well, one's a kitten, so he's all over my ass if I'm on my computer. He's
Of course, because
fucking
you're not giving
annoying.
them attention.
Yep. And animals are just like that.
But okay, back to what I was saying. So remind me, Ben. I'm a little tired, but isn't the pew pew regulations per state and federal?
Right. Well, the federal's the the bigger law, and then the state can make laws that are extra as long as, like in this case, this actually is going to affect any state laws because any state then that would try to restrict it, which you can guarantee California is probably going to do it. They're always crazy about that shit. But any state law then that would try to take away your rights would then be breaking the Constitution. So this is now a constitutional, they're seeing this as a constitutional regulation. They cannot the states themselves cannot take away your 2A just because you're using cannabis or other drugs. Apparently, and I do like the way that they're wording this quite a bit. It appears to be more based around whether you yourself are a responsible person. So if you're somebody that's, all tweaked out and living on the street and walking around air punching, you probably shouldn't have a gun. But if you're just somebody sitting home smoking a joint and not bothering anybody, then in no way should they be affecting your gun rights. And that's why they're comparing it to the drunkards. They're saying that in that time, it was only the ones who were such a drunkard that they were irresponsible, not the ones that were responsible drinkers. Even Washington, they're saying was having basically 3 fucking hard drinks a night.
Right. Well, I mean, the question remains, and I'm just gonna play devil's advocate here. Who, what, where, when, why, and how do you determine whether somebody that is on a illicit substance, because anything that goes in your body is illicit, right?
Sure.
How would
a mood altering substance,
right, or a mood altering substance? You're correct.
Sure.
How would one define whether they are responsible or not?
Well, if they have Children, do they take care of their children? Do they pay their rent? Do they have a home? Are they able to maintain a job? Are they able to do all the things that a normal functional person would do, even though they're under the influence when they choose to be of something else? Are they still functioning as a normal person? Or are you living in a tent down by the river and walking around punching the air and begging people for money and doing crazy things like swinging axes at cars that drive by? Which one are you doing?
Okay, so cannabis is a depressant.
They say that, although
I'm just going from my
I don't
knowledge.
think I don't think that it works out in the way that people think it works out. Like when it's depressant, saying it like it slows your system down instead of speeds it up, but it doesn't make you depressed. You know what I mean?
It's not. So cannabis is not an opioid.
No,
but
not even
cannabis
close.
is not a stimulant.
Cannabis, Ben, if I could interject real quick, cannabis is actually, strictly speaking, a very mild form of hallucinogenic because it's mainly the THC. That's why THC is also found in mushrooms, acid, and peyote. If you guys know what peyote is, it's classified as a hallucinogenic. Though
You
very
pretending like
mild.
I don't know what buttons are.
You'd be amazed how many people don't know.
I
what
never
peyote
had no
is.
buttons.
What's up, Crack Baby? Come on up. I dropped the StreamYard link to you.
100% agree, Crack Baby.
Yeah. Come on up, Crack Baby. I need to take a crack at your hoe ass. Anyway.
So and yes, I do agree it's classified as a mild hallucinogenic, although I've never seen anybody hallucinate off just plain old cannabis.
I mean, there are things that people put in it that can alter the effects of
then the cannabis itself isn't doing it though.
Right, it's the other substance that they're putting in there.
like getting wet. They used to put formaldehyde on it and other drugs, and whatnot. And absolutely, that will have extra effects, but that's not the cannabis doing it.
Right, but I don't know. Okay, if they're and just remind me if I heard you right, they're talking about other mind altering or mood altering substances as well.
It pretty much sounded like they entirely cut out the ban on because before this, anybody on substances that wasn't medically prescribed, you lost your rights, and according to the different laws that they'd come up with, and this basically struck all that down as unconstitutional.
Hold on one second. Tubular, nothing has been said about a race or whatever. You know what, moderators, get them the fuck out of here. I'm not in the mood for this shit tonight.
I'm not even mad.
I saw that. Hey, Ben, can I say something real quick?
Just hilarious.
Can I say something real quick? I don't want you guys to get the wrong impression. Yeah, I know you and Spin were talking, but even though it's classified as a mild hallucinogenic, and first time I ever smoked, I smoked a lot. I was kind of tripping face, but I do think pot smokers, I'm pro it. I don't do it myself no more because I was lined up for a job. I never actually got it, but I didn't want to fail the drug test. But anyways, all that said, I'm pro that, and I believe even if you smoke the cannabis, you should absolutely own your Second Amendment rights, regardless of what it's actually classified as.
Yeah, but Kraut, hold on, sauerkraut. If they're talking about all drugs, right? I don't know if I would want to give somebody on that is doing crystal or heroin or whatever. I don't know if those are trigger words or not, Ben. I apologize.
No, they're not.
Or peyote or ice, whatever you want to call it. I don't think that I would really want to give them the right.
Why would you take away why would you take away their rights just because they're
I'm not saying take them away, but I think there should be a little more.
That's what we're really saying. That's what you're really saying here is you want it taken away from them because they automatically have the right. Well, how is that any different than a drunkard? I've definitely, and I'm sure we could probably look up the statistics, but I would guess that there's many more people on drinking alcohol doing violence than anything else in the country.
Well, yeah, no, I don't disagree with that. I don't disagree with that, Ben. I'm just saying I don't know if I would really want somebody on anything else but cannabis.
Yeah. Spin. So I kind of got two questions for you. The first one is: are laws that are passed on what constitutes as legal drugs or illegal, like cigarettes and alcohol? Well, cigarettes is a bad example because it doesn't affect you, but alcohol is legal.
Cigarettes are cigarettes are absolutely
cigarettes are mind altering. Absolutely.
100%. It's mild, but they absolutely
okay.
Are
all right, so that is good. All right, so cigarettes and alcohol, they're legal, but they affect your mind, and other things aren't legal, and they affect your mind too. So, would you agree the laws passed are pretty arbitrary on what's legal and what's not legal?
Well, I mean, it all depends. It really just all depends on what you're on at the end of the day.
Well, I believe they're pretty arbitrary.
My question regarding that, hold on, Kraut. My question regarding that, which one of those things fit under shall not be infringed?
It's a good question, Ben.
Also, to my second point, Will.
Go for it.
Yeah, and to my second point, like Ben was saying, I've been in areas with tweakers. Like, yeah, they absolutely shouldn't. How Ben was describing, I found funny as hell because he was to a T describing absolute fucking tweaker, talking to himself, punching the air, swinging crazily. Yeah, those people absolutely not because they're making bad decisions. But I've also, know people personally that back in the day they had full-time jobs and they possessed a legal firearm, but every once in a while they also did a couple of lines of what I mean, and they were perfectly fine. It was back in the 70s and 80s. It's really all about responsibility. That's why I asked about the arbitrary part. Like, it's pretty arbitrary what's legal and what's not legal. It's all about responsibility.
Well, and we all know that the federal government put extra bullshit on cannabis, which it was
back in the 30s.
No, it's not vertical only, Sean. It is also horizontal. If you just type it in, put it's horizontal also. But they used the extra criminalization of cannabis in order to fight against the hippie movement and things like that. Anybody understands that they had it listed as a Schedule 1 drug, which means that it has no medicinal value. And then they also owned the medical patent for medical marijuana. And so the government was saying both things at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I
said that on my stream.
Yeah, so obviously that was always a nonsense thing. But I find this to be the Supreme Court here. They've had a really good year, and to go 9-0 tells you how unconstitutional these other laws that were passed were. That they literally struck down what I read half a dozen laws or something over the years that they've implemented that were all basically all dead now because of this.
Well,
9-0, like conservatives and liberals, everybody was like, nah, that's bad law.
Yeah. Well, I'm not. I mean, obviously, we can get along on each side of the aisle, at least on something.
Well, usually it's fucking the people over is where they get along on both sides of the aisle when they're like, oh, you know, they're like, do we put it in all the way or balls deep? Which one? You know, like
balls deep. I prefer that way.
Deep,
yeah.
Oh, what the fuck you say, bitch? What you say about me?
Hey,
what's up,
Spin?
bag?
What's up, you tripping bitch?
Did you
I got you a bitch.
Spin? Where did you mainly spend most of your life? Did you spend it in like suburban, pretty nice neighborhoods, or did you spend some time also like?
No, I never lived in the ghetto. No, I never lived in the ghetto. I mean,
have you? Right.
Well, why wouldn't you use the trailer park as the example?
I'm about to say that's.
I lived in trailer parks in Florida.
I'm about to say that's the ghetto. That's the ghetto version. That's the black.
But why would the white guy live in the ghetto? He would live in a trailer park.
Yeah, that's the ghetto for trailer. That white people trailer
that's
park.
The white people ghetto.
Exactly. It really is. It really is. I lived 6 years in Florida, every single trailer. And 6 years I lived in Florida, it was all trailers. That's why I joke around and say,
and that's true. But now they're getting rid of the trailer parks and building what are those things?
Not in small towns.
Modular homes.
No. They're actual homes in a fucking
modular homes.
Yeah.
No, it's like where Nova lived, like a developed community or
with
whatever.
HOAs,
yeah. That's what they're.
Well, that's not a trailer park, dude.
Yeah, that's
like
not
a community with an HOA.
Listen. What I said. They're getting rid of the trailer park a lot at a time here in Florida and building those HOAs and stuff like that. That's what they're doing. And
they aren't doing that anywhere else.
Yeah, I'm about to say not in small towns. Small towns, they still stay the same as always.
Well, and hell, actually, trailer parks are becoming bigger. Actually, in most places, especially living in a Winnebagos, where a lot of them, instead of just being trailers, they're like mixed. They have mobile homes and like Winnebagos and shit. Because, dude, who can afford fucking anything? Like a lot of people can't afford. They can't afford a fucking house.
Yep.
Well, and you know what, Josh in the chat says prefabbed houses. Yes, most of the houses that are being built are prefabbed or prefabricated. They're brought in on trucks. Nothing is really built other than the foundation.
Stick built.
What?
Stick built. They call it stick built.
Yeah, they're not stick built anymore.
Any house that's like is 2x4s. And it's framed together. That's stick built. You took 2x4s and built a frame, and it sticks.
Yeah.
So like even my house is considered stick built because it's 2x4s and it's not.
Okay. I didn't know that. I didn't know.
Yeah.
They don't make a block. They do not make a block house anymore unless you want to pay hundreds of thousands of dollars, right? It's here in Florida, and I don't know, in Texas it's a crack baby, isn't it more stucco?
I'm not gonna lie, what is the stucco?
The Mexican stuff where they just smear that fucking stuff on the side of the house and it
looks crinkly.
I think that depends on what part of Texas you live in. Like probably if you go towards San Antonio area.
Oh, you're in Texas too, huh?
Yeah, maybe San Antonio area
over there
where it's like heavily Mexicans or going maybe west. Like I'm somewhat west, but not too far west. And maybe you get out there, maybe so close to the border. But I really don't see that many houses like that. Mostly it's just typical pier and beans or trailer parks or something like that, or just regular houses.
Sure.
It just depends on what part.
Sean Joe comes in with the cookie over on pill.net. Thank you very much, sir. Much appreciated.
Everybody likes cookies.
Hey, I'm about ready to roll to the cabinet and get some.
I make some damn good cookies.
How can you reach up there? Do you got like a little special step tool, like that
No,
you
Do you
pull
make
yourself
some
up?
damn
no,
good cookies?
motherfucker. I got one of those grab things, motherfucker. That's what I got.
Oh, you got one of those extendos.
Oh, a hand?
Extendo grip.
I got a hand also.
Yeah. Fuck you, Ben. I can say that. Hey, those grabbers can be used for many things to grab and latch onto. That's all I'm saying. No pun intended.
I still would take away all the wheelchair ramps at the state capitol in Texas.
Fuck
In
you.
Northern California,
Go
if
put some
you're out-
shit in your
if
mouth.
you're
Oh,
out
that's
in the
right. You already
woods-
got it in there.
if you're out in the woods, they allot you whatever building method you want to use. So it's really interesting out here. Obviously, in the cities, they have a lot of regulations, but out in the mountains, they don't have any. Like if you can build whatever fucking home type you want.
Correct.
Hey,
That's
you
one
know
thing I
what,
love.
Craig, baby? You know what, Craig, baby? You are the first black man that I ever met or seen dip.
I've been dipping for over
What?
a decade.
Yeah, that he is the
He's
he
from
is the
Texas,
first.
man.
What do you know? 3 black people?
Yes.
Hold up, he's in
Probably.
Florida. He probably knows more.
Jeff!
Than that.
Probably.
Hey, Spin,
probably don't know
can I
three
ask a question
He
real
just
quick?
said probably. He doesn't know more than 3 people. He knows boomer. He knows white boomers, middle class white
Right.
boomers.
That's right. You got a problem with that? Anyway,
You're not
go
a boomer,
ahead.
Spin.
Huh?
You're not a boomer. You're not
Yeah,
a boomer.
You're a
I'm
vroomer.
too
You
fucking
just
old to
vroom
be
vroom
that.
with the wheels everywhere.
No, I
Fuck
think
you
Spin
and
is a
your
boomer.
wheels.
Vroom,
I think you
vroom,
feel like in
vroom.
between 50 and 70, you're a boomer, aren't you?
While you're running and you're getting all tired, I'm
He's not a
going
boomer.
right past you with
No.
my wheels, sir.
Hey, that was a
That's
question,
Gen
Ben.
X.
That was a question.
I'm Gen X.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like the beginning of the
What's a
80s is
boomer
Gen
then?
X.
Boomers are. My mom is at the very end of the boomer era, and she is
50s up.
60 or 71 or let's see here 67. So like 65 is at the boomers are like 65 and older at this point.
The boomer era started in the 50s. And isn't it weird
That's
how
right.
now every 10 years they want to give us a new name? It's the stupidest shit ever.
Well, actually, it makes more sense to me. And what doesn't make sense to me is how before this, the time periods had no rhyme or reason.
Yes,
You're
no
like-
fake contract. Hold on 1 second.
Like every 10 years, and I get it that, and this is an entirely different discussion, but there's social programming that switches basically every 10 years.
You know,
Yeah,
this
you
is
know.
what I want right here.
And you can literally
New pair of
tell
legs.
what generation somebody came to adulthood in by the different pop culture and
That
things
looks
like
like
that
some-
that they relate to.
That
Yep,
looks
boy.
like some Johnny Five type shit, bro. For real.
Yep.
Was that a wheelchair?
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Wheelchair
looked like
mixed with a Segway.
anybody knows Short Circuit? Johnny Five? Johnny Five. Oh,
Yeah.
that's what that shit looked like.
Like that?
Yeah.
Well, that's cool.
It does. That is what his at least his tracks that he was driving around.
Yeah.
on were like
Yeah,
that.
So
well,
what the other
run.
noise, man?
I'll catch up.
Well, my
At least a
millennial
rock,
is showing.
at least a pebble won't be your biggest enemy at that point.
Nope, that's
Nah,
true.
the stairs might be.
No, that thing will climb stairs.
No shit. It's
Yeah,
like the
bitch.
fucking Hummer
How
of
about you now?
wheelchairs.
Damn.
All
I
right.
hope it leans back as you climb. And
What, you
just
don't want to
go,
get the
"Well."
implant in your brain so it would just
I
make
was
you stand and
literally
walk
just
again?
thinking that too, that there's no way that climbs stairs and he doesn't tip over backwards at least a couple times.
Nah, he's just got to lean forward like a quad. That's all.
Oh
Like
God.
an old man with a punch in his back.
Did you hear what I said? What, you don't want to
What?
get the implant in your brain or in your neck so that way you can just walk again?
Hell no. Don't do it, Spin. You'll end up like
you
Dr.
can get
Octavius.
Starlink in your brain and then cyborg legs.
What's wrong with
No,
you?
really.
Oh my god! Yeah, you can just get Starlink in your brain and some cyborg legs.
Yeah.
No,
Hey, I
thank
mean,
you.
And mind
Benefit,
control.
if you ever get lost in the
Starlink's
woods, you can always link
Wi-Fi.
up.
Yeah, Neuralink, not
Yeah.
Starlink. Starlink's the thing I have.
I thought about
Oh my
Starlink.
god!
I guess it would
Dude,
probably
Starlink
be
is the
connected
shit,
via
right?
phone.
Hey, Spit, what I say earlier? You broke your back from lifting 1,000-pound.
Yeah, fucker.
I want all
Yeah.
the plans.
You know what? You were about to get fucking booted.
If you can lift your leg up, bitch.
I
Can
can
you?
watch. See, I just lifted it up for you.
About to mess
Crack,
up my
can you
laptop.
do a
No,
pirouette?
just
Show me.
Spin, thank you for your service as a firefighter.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
Do a pirouette.
I could never
Do a pirouette.
that.
Do
Let
a
me see.
pirouette, bitch.
Yeah, I wanted to join the military. I never thought of being a
Yeah, you
firefighter.
don't want to do that.
That takes a
You
special
want to
breed.
embarrass yourself. Because
Nah, man, burning alive is one of my biggest fears. I could never fucking do that.
It doesn't
It's
seem
only
like a
30
good way to
seconds
go.
of
Drowning
the
would
worst
suck,
pain
too.
ever.
It's good. It's good. Being a firefighter is good and bad. You see the good.
Yeah,
and you
no,
see the
it
bad.
takes a special breed.
You're not lying,
everybody can
Crack
be a
Baby.
firefighter.
You know what?
This
Crack
morning-
Baby is fireman.
Yeah, I just got out. I just got out probationary period now, so I'm fully a firefighter, not probationary.
Oh shit!
newbie
Oh, no
more.
shit, man. Good luck. Good, congrats.
Oh, shit!
Yeah, like this morning, we got a fucking call. This guy had a lawnmower flipped over on top of him. Bro,
I've seen that shit. I've seen that shit.
It was a fucking tractor lawnmower, and like a regular John Deere size small ones, and he went around a corner and drove up a fucking little tree or something, and boom, dude. Talking about the dude's like 358 degrees. We have to lift the lawnmower off of him, move it, and try to assess him.
Damn.
Then we have to set up an LZ and shit like that.
Oh yeah.
That shit is
No,
fun.
no,
Not
I do
fun.
not want to be the bionic man. Bamlo. No, thank
What about
you.
the $6 million man?
Why you don't want a robotic dick?
What about the $6 million man?
The $6 million man? No, I'd become a target.
That's true.
I'd become a target.
Have you ever heard yourself talk?
No, don't care. Don't care. Fuck you, man.
Not
Just throw it out there if you're trying to not be a target.
I still go in public. I don't
Right,
care.
you might as well be the $6 million man then too.
Might as well be.
I am the only one old enough to know that was a show. That is
No,
Well, I
I do
actually
know.
know.
I know it
that
was a show.
sir. I do know that show.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck y'all talking about.
It was a
He
show back in
doesn't,
the
know, or else he would have said yes. Everybody wanted to be the $6 million man. He's like, no, I'd rather sit in a wheelchair.
I would. Listen, there are benefits. You go into a concert or you go into a theater and they don't have any seats. I already got my fucking seat. I don't
That's
need
true.
I don't need and I don't need to see over anybody. They put you in the handicap section, man. You always get the best seats.
Yeah, we need to take away those seats.
You
There's
need
no
to
use.
Here, I got something for you, Crack Baby. Ho.
Fucking Joe Cool.
Where is Joe Cool?
bro. That's
Yeah.
fucking lit.
Exactly.
Man.
Haven't seen him
I
in
thought he
forever.
liked my ass. Where's my dono from him?
You'll be waiting for that dono, just like I'm waiting
I
for
know.
mine.
No.
At least with Crack Baby, I know I could get $1.
Maybe. Oh no, see, black people don't tip, so that's just what I heard.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, Bamlo, that's a really good point, bro. Someone in the chat said, I definitely don't want to wake up and find out I am RoboCop. I don't know, man. Being a RoboCop, there's a lot of positives in that shit, man.
Also,
But
being
you won't
controlled
have
by
a
the
dick.
government. Somebody
I
can
mean,
hack-
RoboCop is too far.
Wait.
Like RoboCop is like too far. His brain was basically fucking scrambled. There's like nothing left to the guy. Like
Wait.
that's too damn far.
What about the
We're
fact he
just
doesn't have a
talking
dick?
about giving Spin some fucking bionic legs that he's neural linked up to. And then maybe occasionally we could hack into his fucking thing and his Bluetooth on his
Spin.
legs. And, yeah.
What about the fact that RoboCop has got no dingaling, no eggplant?
How you know? It could be a hole that pops
Yeah,
up out of
I
nowhere
didn't
and
see
then
I don't think
Yeah,
if his
yeah.
brain is
Ooh.
scrambled, he ain't got no dick. Come on. Come
Oh my
on.
Yeah.
I
God.
didn't see him shooting him in the dick.
He
He
could
only
have his
had
thing
lungs,
though.
part of his face, his brain, and like his eyes. But his eyes.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, and especially fuck you. You're cool.
Is Morgan Wallen a country singer?
Huh?
I mean,
Spin loves stopping the conversation.
these
I said
days
the D word too
technically
much, I think.
women already have sex with robot dicks anyways.
Well, this is true.
What?
This is true.
You
It's
got
called the
dildos,
thruster.
rabbits, and thrusters. You got all this stuff. You got sex machines. You got it all.
Spittle.
Y'all already having sex with
Bad girl.
robots.
Have you ever
No,
seen
bad
those?
dragon.
Have you ever seen those dolls?
Yeah, there's like $10,000 Japanese
The
dolls.
Oh
torsos.
my God. Am I lagging?
You're not lagging, but you're like moving slowly sometimes.
Frame rate.
Don't worry about it, Spin. It's just your gayness coming through the screen.
Hold on, I'll be right back.
Hey, Tosi, your picture looks like a cross between Keanu Reeves and Carl Urban.
Thanks. I'll take that as an absolute compliment and a win.
I mean, you know, they're both awesome fucking actors. I don't care what anybody says. Keanu Reeves.
Okay. Is that better?
Is
that better? Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I wouldn't call him an awesome actor. That's
I didn't say he was a good actor. I said he's an awesome actor. Arnold
would not call
Schwarzenegger,
him an-
awesome fucking actor. He's not a good actor, but he's an awesome
absolutely not.
Oh God, no. Arnold Schwarzenegger, no, he was not a good actor.
actor. No, not a good. He's an awesome actor. I'm making
Absolutely not. You
Have
may
ever seen
enjoy
a
the
superhero
movies.
movie?
You may enjoy the movies that he was in, but was he an awesome actor? No.
Have you ever
and
seen a
absolutely
superhero
not.
movie you made in the 90s where he was a superhero? I forgot the fucking name.
Are you talking
of
about The Last Action Hero?
it. Was that it? Where he was
He
dressed up
wasn't
in
a
red?
superhero, but he was like a cop that, you know, he was like a cop. Like he was a movie star that played a cop, and this little kid, he had like a magic ticket from Houdini, and it actually made him go into the movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and it was like gimmicks of the typical action movie. That's the only thing I can think of that he played a superhero back in the 90s.
Well, I was wondering if you were talking about one of his first movies. He was Hercules.
Yeah, I don't really think that's a
No, it was
superhero, right?
It was a guy that had like a little kid that had like a little red superhero doll, and he ended up dressing up as it.
Oh, you're talking about Turbo Man, Jingle All the Way. That's what it is. Yeah.
Was that Turbo Man? Yeah, I think it was Turbo
that fucking
Man.
movie was wild. It had Sinbad in it.
I just say, Tata, Turbo Man. No, it's Turtle Man.
Ta-ta, Turtle Man.
Yeah, that was
was fighting Santa Claus in the movie.
yeah, Sinbad. Sinbad plays the bad guy.
Good morning, Mr. Howard. Good to see you. What is I need some proofism tonight, sir. Proofism.
No, Schwarzenegger was always a bad actor, but he was just always in decent action movies.
Yeah.
You know, for the 80s. 80s was cheesy. It was a cheesy
People
era.
just love all
fucking
three.
It was
Commando.
great action movies.
Fucking awesome movie. Predator. Like,
They were all horrible. They were all
Bad
horrible.
Man was a great movie.
Like, dude,
dude,
even like Chuck Norris movies, they're so fucking bad.
Oh,
Hey,
Chuck
you
Norris movies are fucking bad. But the action movies from the 80s and 90s Arnie played in made top dollar fucking money. They became cult classics.
Right?
Terminator,
Chuck
yes.
Norris in the story movies like that.
I say
I'll tell
Terminator
you
was
what.
probably the best.
There's a series. There's a
Terminator
series
2.
that I'm watching right
Not
now.
over till I say it's over.
It's
How the
on.
fuck- I always wind up being on panel saying Terminator 2 is the best movie ever. Damn near every single fucking time I'm on these panels.
Terminator 2 is the best movie ever made.
Background noise going on.
Toasty.
Oh, yeah. That's my bad. I got AC running.
Oh, okay. Well, okay. There's a
Sit and
series.
sweat like the rest of us.
I forgot about it. My bad.
No, you're cool, dude. It happens.
You're not cool. Sit and sweat like the rest of us,
Yeah.
you pathetic.
Yeah, you're not cool like Arnold
Fuck
Schwarzenegger.
Fuck you. I got a golden AC, okay? It pays for itself. It even runs on its hubris. All right, Ben, you're just mad because you can't make your AC do the same thing that mine does, which is run on its own ego.
Yeah. Joshua, I would agree. Terminator 2 is better than 1, and it's the greatest action movie to ever fucking live.
Absolutely not.
Nah, we ain't gonna
Tatas
say the
and
best.
Turbo Man. There is a series out there that I'm watching right now. It's called oh shit. It's with Sylvester Stallone, and he's in the mafia.
Oh, yes. Fuck, I know the name of this show you're talking about.
And he's out in Tulsa, Oklahoma, and all that.
Yeah, he goes to the
Tulsa King. It's
Yeah,
called
Tulsa
Tulsa
King.
King.
Yes. He's getting old.
Well,
I mean,
yeah.
Shit. No shit.
Isn't he in his like 70s or something?
I think
Dude,
so.
fucking Rocky is older than shit.
No, I know that. I'm just saying.
Well, how you think he's a major movie star fucking back in the 80s and he's not old now?
No, that's true. That's true. That's true.
Maybe sitting down in that wheelchair, losing all that blood.
Hey, guess what,
circulation to your
Spin?
head.
Metallica's on the fucking oldie station.
Really? I didn't know that.
That's fucking
Well,
funny.
so is Led Zeppelin, and that's the greatest band to ever fucking live. So
Absolutely.
I don't really want to talk about old stations.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Sylvester is like 75, 76. He's pretty up there because the movie was in 77. That's what Sanders is playing in the chat.
Yeah.
Rocky
Damn,
must be as old as
77?
Cher is.
Yeah, I'm not too
Isn't
big
he?
on Sylvester Stallone, but he gets a lot of fucking credit and respect in my book because basically, if people know this already, tell me to shut up. But they wanted to buy Rocky off of him, and he said no. I want to keep the script. I want to direct it, and I want to star in it. And quite a few studios turned him down until he actually found one that was willing to finance, while he kept basically all the fucking directing, writing, and star rights.
Pepper, Wisconsin says,
You know that he didn't want to make the movie either. He actually
He needed money. He was broke as shit.
He went to what's his name?
Hey, Chris.
Smokey and the Bandit. Smokey Burt. We went to Burt Reynolds' house. What's up, Chris Miner? He went to Burt Reynolds' house and did something to try and get Burt Reynolds to hurt him so he wouldn't have to be in the movie, so he could
Really?
bail on the movie. Yeah.
wow.
And Burt Reynolds caught him doing it. He's like, no, you're not doing this. Hey,
Yo,
guys
you
forgot
want to know the
biggest
funniest
flaw?
fucking shit? So like I mentioned The Predator being a really great movie, but you know what's funny about that movie is Carl Weathers and Arnold Schwarzenegger, they kept on arriving
I'll
at
be
the
right
movie
back.
set earlier and earlier. Like Arnie would arrive at 5 a.m. to work out, and then Carl Weathers the next day will show up at 4. Then Arnie will show up at 3, and it's all because Jesse Ventura was amping him up. He was telling the other person, hey, you know, that guy just went and fucking worked out at 5 o'clock in the morning to get bigger than you. So, you know, Carl Arnie would be like, all right, bet. And then they showed up like an hour and a half earlier than that time the next day. They kept fucking doing that all because of Jesse Ventura.
I voted for him for governor. That guy's a hoot.
Yeah, what was that joke he said on that play? Like, goddamn sexual tyrannosaurus. Some shit like that.
Yeah. Ventura
Yeah, that
was
movie
great.
was
You know
great.
that Van Damme was the original Predator?
Yeah. I know a lot about that movie and T2. I try to do research
Actually,
on
no,
most
he
of my favorite
wasn't.
movies.
He denied the role because he wouldn't get enough footage of his face.
No,
was
he
not predator.
he did.
He approached him.
He couldn't handle the suit, so he ended up having to bail on it. So he was the first predator and couldn't deal with the suit.
But did you guys see the look? Did you guys see the look of it though? I'm glad he backed the fuck out because we would have never got the iconic fucking predator we got now. It was some like lizard type fucking thing when Van Damme was supposed to be in the costume.
I guess I'm not as attached to Predator as you are, sir.
Yeah, I know a lot about the Predator, the T2 franchise because they're some of my favorite movies. Yeah, I try to do research on the movies that I really fucking love. Just like Led Zeppelin.
So you're not entirely wrong.
Led Zeppelin is my favorite band in the world, so I know basically everything about them.
I'm not wrong at all. I know.
That's funny. Sorry. I was actually looking into why Van Damme didn't do the Predator. So they said Jean-Claude Van Damme was removed from the original 1987 film Predator due to a combination of creative differences, a poorly designed original suit, and his desire to showcase his martial arts. Ultimately, producers realized they needed a much taller actor to tower over Schwarzenegger. The creative clashes. Van Damme continually attempted to incorporate kickboxing into the aliens' movements. The original suit was expected to wear a bulky, stiff, uncomfortable suit that restricted his movement and caused him to in the heat, and made it nearly impossible for him to do flips and kicks he was hired for.
Yeah.
The producers decided they needed a much larger creature. They fired Van Damme and brought in the 7'2" Kevin Peter Hall to play the iconic alien.
Van Damme had a huge ego.
Yeah, that too. That was
that will happen. That will happen when you snort fistful of cocaine on a daily basis.
That's true. He was kind of cute back then, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Like when he was making that Street Fighter movie, they said that the guy was so fucking coked out he didn't know where he was most of the time. Just jacked.
Just waking up and being like, "Where did this pop come from?"
At least he showed up to work. That's what we're talking about.
Well, and then what's his name? The guy that played Bison. He died during the making, and like he was half dead during the making. You got Van Damme over here so high on coke he doesn't know who he is. Fucking like that whole movie was a complete shit show.
What's that dude's name?
The dude that played Bison is the guy that played
he was in the
Addams Family.
Yeah. Gomez.
He only did that movie because his kid was a fan of Street Fighter. That's the only reason why he decided to do the Street Fighting movie. Yeah, like Julio or some shit like that, or Rule. I don't know. He's got a weird fucking name.
Raul Julia.
Raul Julia.
Raul.
I was basically saying both.
Say it, Nova.
Raul Julia.
Giuliano.
Raul
Julia. He died of HIV.
That's the one.
Yeah, I saw that Chuck Zeddy knocked Van Damme out.
You know who I'm? You know who I miss?
Stop!
Freddie Mercury, Queen.
Great voice.
What about him?
Oh, he died of AIDS too. Yeah.
I miss his. I mean, I play his music all the time, but he would probably have come out with a hell of a lot more if he
hadn't died of AIDS.
Yeah.
Well, that's not inevitable. I mean, you don't inevitably get AIDS. That's from the life he led.
Yes.
Well, I'm saying the inevitable as he passed away.
Too much anal.
Something.
Yes.
Well, I mean, hey, we can't judge. Maybe he liked shooting up. You can't judge the guy.
Gay.
Oh,
honey.
He was gay.
He was very gay.
No, I know that. I was trying to make a joke.
He was also a prince of a small country, but I can't remember the name of it.
Well, that I did not know.
It was a princely state. It was a princely state.
A princely state. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not too big on Queen, but I tell you what, the last couple of years, I've really been digging Elton John. Elton John's got a lot of great fucking music. Hey, hold up, bro.
You like Elton John, huh?
Elton John's a good singer. I already said Led Zeppelin's my
You
favorite
just like
band.
And see, this is why when the Ortho Bros left, all the trannies left, and this is why when the RNC shows up in town, the Grinder app sucks up all the internet in that town.
Hold up. Listen to I think it's called Levy Man or Leave On Man. That's a great fucking song.
I'm not listening
just
to
like
Elton
his little
John.
Rocket Man.
No, it's not Rocket Man. I know Rocket Man. I'm not too big on Rocket Man. But no, Elton John is a great singer.
What the Yellow Brick Road?
But
Which one do
my
you like?
three favorite bands are Led Zeppelin, Pink Floyd, and Styx.
Styx.
Oh,
That's an interesting combination, sir.
Come on, man. Snowblind.
I saw
Sweet Night and
Styx.
Blues.
I saw
Like, come on.
Styx. I met
Hi,
Styx. I saw him and I met him. So
y'all hating on my
I said I saw them and I met them, so it's okay.
Yeah, you might singularly have some of the worst taste of anybody I've ever met in entertainment.
Led Zeppelin. That's my favorite band in the world.
Yeah.
They're fucking rock gods. Now, I don't want to dive into conspiracy that there were Satanists and
they were
Jimmy Page bought Aleister Crowley's castle and all that shit. I don't want to get into that but they make really good fucking music.
Because it's the devil music, honey.
Well, I mean, hey, look, you play
You're worshiping the devil with them.
I heard the conspiracy.
I'm starting shit. I'm just kidding.
all that music from that era was all programming. All of it. It
was all auto tune.
You need to look into the fucking Laurel Canyon crew and everything else. All that music from back then, all of it was super programming. Fucking every one of those people heavily tied into the government. Like even the Grateful Dead, their manager worked for the CIA. That was CIA LSD he was handing out to everybody.
Fucking MK Ultra.
Yep.
That is fucking scary to know that. That's one of the main reasons I don't.
No, but you would probably know the group Europe.
Yeah, what about them?
The Final Countdown.
Final Countdown. Yeah, I know who they are.
Oh, that's Europe. Okay, yeah.
That's their only like
one-hit wonder.
Yeah, it was a one-hit wonder.
What year
There's quite a few bands that got one-hit wonders.
What did she say, Ben?
What year were you born?
She said, "Why are you so white bread?"
Oh, I don't know because I haven't been out in the sun for a day yet.
Joshua, there's this tribute band called Get the Let Out. It takes 6 motherfuckers to do what 4 people did back in the day.
She asked what year you were born.
Dio rules.
It's in the back chat.
Dio, Ronnie Dio fans in my chat.
Damn,
I don't have any fans on here, man.
I only got like 2 or 3 people in my chat right now. So, hi, Circuit and Jeff.
House of the Rising Sun was a good song. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard that song and then I saw the video music. I was like, ain't no fucking way that dude is belching out that fucking voice. That's a great fucking song though.
Yeah, it's a good song.
Oh my god, I just lost the name of the band.
Yeah, basically most of the music in the 70s and 80s that was not alternative music type, small genre music was absolute garbage. That was all programming music.
What's
the 80s music was awful, except for like fucking there was some heavy metal in there that was badass back then and freaking some other small genre music, but the majority of the music was so bad.
I mainly listened to 70s, going into the 80s and then the early 90s. The music really started fucking dying out. You get bangers every once in a while, but just the 70s ain't nobody can touch the 70s. The 80s were pretty good. The 90s.
The 80s were horrible. The 70s were horrible. By the 90s, they started taking those subgenres that were actually worth a shit and making them mainstream and making them horrible also.
What music do you like, Ben? Because I'm lost. I'm lost of what you're into. What are you into? Gangster rap? What? Gangster rap?
Yes, that is exactly what I listen to.
Okay.
He's in the Sugar Hill Gang.
yeah.
West
Side Yo.
Look, Rapper's Delight, bro. That's
I listen.
Tony.
I listen to a lot of bluegrass. I listen to a lot of folk music.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of European folk music. A lot of like old Irish music and Scottish music.
What about the Scorpions?
Some heavy metal.
Hey, R.I.P. Didn't the drummer die like last year or some shit from Scorpion?
Oh my God.
I think
one of the band members died.
Yeah. Wind of Change. Yeah.
Fucking Since I've Been Loving You, that's the only song I know the name.
Yeah, I'll still be loving you.
I'll still be loving you. Well, you gotta buy me dinner first, Spin.
No, it's okay. I'm trying to quit.
I'm cheap, bro. I'm not asking for lobster. Take me to fucking Applebee's or some shit like that.
Do you have time to talk about Spin's menthols in his trunk? He would like to sell you a pack.
I don't want to talk about cigarettes, bro. I'm like going home, not smoking.
He's gonna become like a Newport Mormon. Hello, good day, sir. You have time to talk about Newport, our Lord and Savior?
We should talk about Kraut's homosexual tendencies.
Hey, it's 2026. You can't discriminate, bro. I'll have you cancer fast.
No.
Say blink.
Kraut, you're supposed to say in this situation, it's Hollywood, bro. Everybody gay once in a while.
Yeah, hey, if you wear gloves,
that's
it's
how
not
you
gay.
beat that.
If you wear gloves, it's not gay.
Yeah, Pepper Eagles and Fleetwood Mac. Yes, I'd be fine with that.
Hey, Fleetwood Mac is good, man, but I don't know, man. Fucking Stevie Nicks is on some wild shit. Same thing with Roger Waters.
I can't stand the fucking Eagles, man.
Why? What's the matter with the Eagles? Hotel California, bitch.
It's quit saying bitch. It's really some fucking high school shit. Nobody likes it. And fucking it was a line from the Big Lebowski.
Hey, this dude in chat said it's not gay if you maintain eye contact. Did you see that shit, right?
In the Big Lebowski, he goes on. He gets kicked out of a cab because he asked him to stop playing the Eagles, and he hates the Eagles, and he talks about how he hates the Eagles.
I almost thought he was going to say as long as you don't cross swords, but hey.
Josh says, "Hey, Stevie Nicks was my first crush ever."
She's not nice,
so much
but
better
okay.
looking than Stevie Nicks.
I won't demolish your childhood crush.
Hey, fucking Ben, The Big Lebowski is a great fucking movie. I love that. That fucking.
Does anybody remember Pat Benatar?
Yes, I saw.
I agree with you on this one, Kraut. That was a good movie.
It was. It was a great fucking movie.
Yes. Stop
well,
saying.
That's just like
your
opinion,
man. It's in my head already.
The fucking dude, yo, there was a religion based around that motherfucker. I think it's
still a religion.
Yeah,
there's still a religion based around it.
Wild.
Now I'm gonna have to pay.
Yeah, the Church of the Dude.
Church of the Dude.
You can get ordained.
Yeah, you can get
ordained
as a minister in the Church of the Dude.
My brain.
Yeah, I know. I have to do the same thing to get the song to shut up, and then it goes away. Yay!
Yep.
Otherwise, I'll have to be singing it. No, thank you.
500 Red Balloons.
Oh God!
Oh my
that
God!
German
I
band.
haven't heard that song in a long time too.
Y'all like some bad music.
I just remember it. I didn't say I loved it.
Well,
Damn,
I mean,
pop
it really
music's
is subjective.
horrible.
And I walk 100 miles.
Oh, is that fucking song? I first heard that from Family Guy.
1,000 more. Yes.
Oh,
Peter
my
Griffin
God.
started smacking the shit out of-
500 loft balloons. Oh my God.
Hey
It
Ben,
was
what
a good
about
song.
Simon and Garfunkel? Are they like folk music?
No.
No, that was more.
It's kind of folk
they
music.
weren't they a gospel group at one time?
Yeah, they were. They
I don't
were
remember
hippie.
that.
They were hippie music.
Okay, Simon and
That's
Garfunkel.
not what I mean by folk music.
No, but Simon and Garfunkel came
The
out with
60s
the
hippie
sound
music
of
is not folk
silence.
music.
Okay.
Yeah,
then,
that's their big song that everybody
yeah,
knows.
the sound of silence.
Yeah, I'm gonna sound ignorant here. Though when I hear folk music, I kind of think of like folklore, like New England folklore, Gothic,
Yeah,
Gothic folklore.
Yes,
Oh,
that's what I'm talking about. Like
Okay.
fucking old folk music. Somebody was probably playing a banjo or a fucking fiddle or something else.
Oh no shit! So you probably like that movie
The song
Deliverance?
is a
huh?
story. The song is a story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marilyn Manson. Spittle says Marilyn Manson.
Like, yeah, that the 60s music was hippie music. They tried calling it folk music, but it's not really. It was just hippie music, and that stuff's garbage too.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. Yeah.
Please don't.
I hate that song.
The Disturbed version of it's pretty wicked good.
I'll start
Yes, it
singing
is.
just to get it out of here.
Yeah, that Disturbed version of that is pretty wicked
yeah.
good.
Stinky Paradox, bro. I'm just gonna call you Paradox. Genesis is a great fucking band. Who was the singer from Genesis? He was
Phil Collins.
Oh my fucking God. Don't even say it. Don't
First
even fucking say it.
Wait, it was Peter Gabriel first, and then it was Phil Collins. Continue.
Yeah.
Argue
What up,
amongst
Spin?
yourselves.
What up? I bet you don't even know who was the singer for for Cream way back in the day.
I don't.
Or the
dude. So fucking my wife, she goes, we're listening to fucking Paint It Black, and my wife goes, "Oh, nice Cream," and I looked at her and I go, "With Eric," and I go, "With Eric Clapton?" She goes, "I don't know."
She knows.
Oh yeah, okay. I'm thinking of the Yardbirds. Yeah, Cream was Eric Clapton. So who was the guitarist from the Yardbirds? Spin. Since you want to clown on me, that I forgot about Phil Collins for a hot second.
I have no fucking idea.
Yeah,
Jimmy
I know Stan Rogers.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I do.
Still likes the Blue Oyster Cult. Wow.
Oh, Blue Oyster Cult is good, man. They got a couple hot songs in there.
Wow.
I like.
Yeah.
I do like Stan Rogers. Although my favorite is
Oh, there's another one in Discord.
Johnny Driftwood. Jimmy Driftwood.
None
is
of you
my
like
favorite.
Chicago?
Chicago, I liked a lot when I was.
Wait a minute. Hey, Kraut.
Yo.
Who is the lead singer of Chicago?
I never claimed I like Chicago, so you're asking.
It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter, prick.
There's a lot. It's a trick question.
It's Mick.
It's a trick
fucking
question.
Mick, not Frank. No, I don't know.
It's a trick question.
Sauerkraut. That's what I'm changing your fucking nickname to. Sauerkraut.
I mean, it's still
With a K.
German.
Peter Cetera.
And Steve Winwood and
Yeah, the only song I know from Chicago is
yeah.
25 or 6 to 4, whatever the hell it's called, which is it's a jamming fucking song, but that's like the only song I know from them. I'm not even sure I'm saying the title right.
Yeah, Chicago
is a good band.
Chicago was the makeout music when I was in high school.
Well, I should start playing that to my wife.
Hey, Sauerkraut.
Yo,
who sang Sweet Caroline?
Oh, good God.
That's a fucking Neil Diamond.
I know.
God.
You want me to
Right?
answer?
Okay,
Neil
I'm
Diamond?
just making sure.
Come on, bro. Unfortunately, I'm not that young no more.
Oh, good God.
We already knew he was gay. Like, what do you mean you had to make sure or something?
Starts with an N, ends with a D.
You two are probably dancing while YMCA's going on and Trump's fucking so you got yeah, they're getting it. Like fucking
Do the dance.
weirdos.
Look, the first time I ever saw the Village Boys or the Village Idiots or whatever the hell they're called was
Village People.
It's Neil Diamond, honey.
That's what I said.
Sweet Caroline.
Village People.
The first time I ever
Neil
saw them
Diamond.
was on Married with Children.
Yeah. Who listened? What?
Oh.
Eminem. Spittle's all Eminem.
Village People. Yes, the Village People.
The Yardbirds. Oh, I think I might be
Rufus?
incorrect on my music knowledge right now.
Oh shit!
Well, I know Jimmy Page came from a band, and Robert Plant asked him, "Hey, I'm trying to start this shit. You want to come with me?" I thought he came from the Yardbirds. I thought Jimmy Page came from the Yardbirds, but somebody said Eric Clapton came from the Yardbirds, insinuating that I was wrong. I probably am. It's been a long time since I looked any of this shit up.
Which one of you guys listened to Devo? I know one of you did.
Oh, good God.
I listened to fucking Devo. I grew up on fucking Devo.
That Legend of Billie Jean movie was disturbing.
Billie Jean. Why does Billie Jean sound familiar?
It wasn't as hard to watch as that one with what's her name? Jodie Foster. That Jodie Foster sexual assault movie. That was traumatizing.
Yes,
that was
it was.
Security.
That was back in the 80s, right? 80s or 90s?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
90s, I believe.
Oh, but yeah, Jimmy Page came from the Yardbirds too.
On the jukebox.
Yeah.
No, not Taxi on the jukebox. The Taxi was when she was a child. You know, she will not sign. She will not sign any of that stuff anymore from Taxi. She will not.
Wasn't Reagan or Nixon almost assassinated because of some fucking psycho that watched Taxi and he tried to assassinate?
Dude, you want to know something even more fucked up?
Was it?
You want to know something?
I don't think
you want to know something even more fucked up? That guy is out of prison and makes music on YouTube. The guy was I'm not even kidding.
Wow.
Really? Who did he try to assassinate though? Who was it?
It was Reagan. He shot him like 8 times. Yeah. And it was the hollow points didn't explode. It was bad hollow points.
I remember reading about how someone tried to assassinate Roosevelt and they actually shot Roosevelt, but they shot him where he kept his fucking all these stacks of papers for the speech he was going to conduct that day. So the bullet didn't go through him because of the stack of papers was that thick. And he performed his speech on the same fucking day. Teddy Roosevelt, or Theodore Roosevelt, should I say. Yeah, read about it, Spin. That's a badass fucking president right there. Getting shot and performing a speech on the same fucking day.
I bet you Trump would do it if he could.
Well, I mean, I really don't feel like having a debate like that because people in the chats will start going fucking ape shit if we mention Trump.
Trump.
Fucking
Beetlejuice. What?
Troublemakers.
Tatas. Somebody mentioned me. Somebody mentioned me. I heard my name. It's the chat going ape shit because shattered my golden.
This is the guy that tried to assassinate Reagan.
No, he looks like a mental case, doesn't he?
Yeah, he gets more views than we do.
Hey, gas mask.
He's got fucking 500,000 views on his fucking song. Like this guy.
Perro.
Like,
hey, Novastar.
Yes.
This guy literally, there's people that went into prison.
I can't hear you, honey. Spins louder.
There's people that went to prison for marijuana at about the same time that are still in fucking prison. And this guy fucking tried to assassinate Reagan and is out of prison. And
that's
and
dog shit.
Getting better views on YouTube than us.
That's the type of shit I disagree with. I don't think you should spend over a year in prison if your crime doesn't involve violence. If your crime is some stupid shit where it only affects you, you shouldn't even spend a fucking year in there. It's fucking stupid. Somebody in the chat said you can make him a MAGA supporter or some shit like that.
I can convert somebody. Okay.
Apparently.
How do I do this? What did I do? Tell me.
I don't know.
Peter Cetera. Yeah, Peter Cetera.
Yeah. That's the type of shit I don't agree with. Motherfuckers get locked up for years when they got a couple ounces of weed, but murderers, they get 5 to 10 sometimes.
Dude, I got 8 years fucking for less than a pound of weed. Well,
Yeah,
less than half
outrageous.
a pound.
That's
I
ridiculous.
lost 8 years of my life for less than half a pound.
I'm sorry.
And I
that
use it
sucks.
medically. It's South Dakota was what it was back then.
Way Philosophy says SCN looks like Nova's sister.
I have a better act though, and I don't wear as much makeup.
That's a lot of
freaking makeup. Yeah. Hey, Christy, welcome in, and Jason. Everybody, remember to hit the like and the subscribe.
Wow.
Butthole Surfers and Skinny Puppy, I remember them.
Oh my gosh, I do too.
Fuck.
What have been?
Old-fashioned MTV right there.
Wow.
Did one of them sing Detachable Penis?
I think so. Here, let me look it up real quick. I shall look.
Detachable Penis.
Joshua, I do not look like Bernadette Peters, and I know who that is. Thank you. That's mean.
Yeah, you're a beautiful woman.
Thank you, ma'am. And you've got a beautiful smile. King Missile. That can't be right. That must be a cover. Hold on.
No, that is right. Yeah, I do remember that.
That is
now.
right? Oh,
yeah.
Gosh. Okay.
I was for like a year I lived in fucking Longmont, Colorado when I was in junior high, and that's where I fucking heard all that. And also that's when 2 Live Crew came out.
Yep, that's another one-hit wonder.
Hit wonder. They weren't one hit. They had a shit ton of fucking big songs.
What? 2 Live Crew?
They were fucking giants for quite a while, and then gangster rap took over.
You're talking about 2 Live Crew right now, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have one of their records, or not records, cassettes way back in the day. They had this one piece on there.
What?
It was called
No NWA?
Yeah, just type in 2 Live Crew Dirty Nursery Runs. But I heard a lot of those motherfuckers in that band got in trouble for doing some wacky shit. So I haven't listened to them in years.
Dude, every band does crap. That's just part of why I'm against mainstream music. Like, have you ever stopped and listened to the lyrics to most of those songs? The number of songs that are about like having sex with underage girls is shocking. Abso-fucking-lutely shocking. The number of songs like the one that shocked me the most is when that fucking Pumped Up Kick song became mainstream, and I'm walking around listening to that, and I'm like, holy fuck, a song about glorifying school shootings? Are you kidding me? What the hell is even happening right now?
I don't even know. I don't even want to know.
Dude, people don't listen to the words of songs.
Can you understand what they're saying though? That's the biggest issue. Can you understand them?
Well, most girls, for starts, just feel the beat, and they don't really hear the words of the song. And I learned that back in the 90s when they had this game where you had to like do the lyrics to songs, and girls always would just freak out. And like every girl I've ever known, because I tend to, if I'm gonna have a relationship, it's with a pretty with a fucking like straight edge girl. And they love these songs and don't even know what they're about. Like this one girl I was dating, we played that game, and it was that "Wake Me Up Before You Go Go." She had no idea that.
Oh God, Wham.
George Michael.
Yeah.
Wham. No, that was Wham.
Yeah.
Oh,
she
the
loved
Wham. That's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was Wham
She
first.
loved that fucking song. Had no idea it was about cocaine. Like,
No, Ice Cube came from NWA, Josh. That's why Ice Cube came from NWA.
Howard, I'm going to need some proofism that it's deleting your brain cells, sir. Proofism.
that's what I'm saying, Howard. It's meant to do things to your brain and program your brain. It's all garbage. Like Freddie Badger is my favorite contemporary singer.
Anybody up here heard of Wishbone Ash?
No.
I've never heard of that one.
Yeah, me neither.
What's up for the win?
Oh, to win in the house.
Just hanging out. How are you guys?
How's your chicken foot?
It's like the same thing. I mean, it's getting better, but it's the same fucking thing where it's sore by morning, and then as the day goes, it gets better and better and better, and then we'll see how tomorrow goes. But
what happened to your foot, bro?
2 Fridays ago, I think you were on that panel, Kraut. I went downstairs to go do laundry, and I missed the very last step to the basement. And I just kind of stepped into the abyss and
help by falling, and I
rolled,
can't get up.
Damn. That sucks.
How'd you get in a wheelchair? How'd you get in a wheelchair, Spin?
He looked up. He tried to save up. Nah, never mind. I'm not gonna say it.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Hey, bro, what the fuck, bro? That's a crack whore.
Good God.
That's a crack whore, man, or a fucking lot lizard.
Lot lizard.
I worked at a truck stop years ago, man. Someone accused me of being a fucking lot lizard for some reason.
John Malkovich.
I don't usually hear John Malkovich. Usually it's Floki from Vikings, as everybody says usually, but I could see John Malkovich in some of his that he has a beard.
That dude actually so tall. He's like
Yeah.
or 7, maybe.
Yeah, except for Floki's substantially taller than me. Actually, one time at a Renfest, some people had me oversee their little wedding thing because they thought I was Floki. Like, no, that dude's like,
hey, security.
Don't interrupt and then stop. You need to get some headphones or something.
My fault.
Go ahead, Kraut.
No, I was just gonna say that security, that video he's got, he needs to have that trans Trump dyke pick up a cigarette off the ground. That'll be perfect.
Don't give him any more fucking ideas.
What's in your hard drive, sir?
What is in your hard drive?
No, yeah, Ben, I didn't mean to interrupt you, bro. I got ADHD.
He's got tatas and titties in his mind or something.
Actually, yeah. I'm more of a ass person.
Should have came and hung out with me today. You would really be scarred.
Well, we knew that. You're a MAGA guy.
No, actually, no, I'm not. I have never claimed to be MAGA. I'm not even a Republican.
So actually, what did you guys
just another wishy-washy independent?
Actually, no.
Hey, I resemble that comment, sir.
Hold up. No, it's funny.
It sounds like you guys just like to dip your toe in the water. We don't want to take a side.
By wishy-washy, he means you don't approve of one of the 2 shitty candidates put up, but he does.
Well, in your opinion,
I've always considered myself.
I mean, if you want to say that of yesteryear, of like Al Gore and George W. Bush, you're damn tootin' straight, man. I give you that. I concede that. But Trump,
that was the most boring election that has ever been.
I think it's funny
They're
Ant just
lucky.
popped up because he actually had me reconsider my party affiliation. I've always considered myself to be a conservative, but me and Ant were talking the other day, and he's like more independent, and like he's got different views on different shit. So I since I've been on these peer panels, I've been hearing all types of different political views, most notably independence. So I started looking up independent conservatives, liberalism. And I don't know, man. From what I'm reading, I feel like I am more independent conservative rather than just straight up conservative. Based on
and the correct word is liberalism, not liberalism. Okay,
hey, man,
not lism,
hey,
sir.
Well, it's honestly
That's like
one of
somebody
the,
with the tism, with the
it's
lism.
fine. It's fine if you're going to take, and say I'm more on the conservative side or whatever, but you're definitely better off than that. Because the problem is the other people, they're partisan dipshits, and they're the ones who are flushing our country down the toilet because no matter how bad something their side does, they come up with a dumb fuck excuse for it. And both sides do it. And then they point their finger at the other side and say, your side does it worse. And because that both sides will forgive anything because it's a partisan thing. So it's whatever their team does and says is okay. And that's just absolute stupidity. That's
well, and Ben, to your point, I would absolutely agree with you. Like that's been the case for the last 60, 80 years until Trump came on the scene. When Trump came on the scene, he was the status quo changer. And it's not like you can change.
He was the pretender. He was
all
the
that
pretender.
stuff overnight.
He tried to pretend like he was an outside candidate because the country wanted an outside candidate very badly at that point in time because people were tired of partisan politics. So he came out and pretended like he wasn't one of them. And he does have, I will give you, some different masters than what we've normally been dealing with. But for all practical purposes, like he drained the swamp and then brought in back fucking all the Bush era guys back in. Like it's fucking hilarious.
Well, I would disagree.
Lie more.
I would disagree with that because this is a war, and that when you listen to him, like there's very, very, very few people he actually really throws under the bus. But take people like Lindsey Graham, for example. He goes, "Oh, he does a great job," and it's like the fuck he is. This guy's nuts. He's a major rhino, know. So like, part of his art of the deal is that you don't necessarily just throw people under the bus and just burn a bridge, because you're going to use them in some way, shape, or form later on. And I think that people like Lindsey Graham,
drain the swamp was his campaign promise, because this is his first term, not this term we're talking about. This term we can talk about that he's broken every single campaign promise that he made, which is why the entire middle all left and despise him at this point. And he's got just abysmal numbers, and the
according to
people standing by, only according to anybody, and the only
that's my point, Ben, is that polls are not the end all be all, dude. Like the people that make the polls are corrupt themselves.
To people. Only the crazed MAGA fucks think Trump is okay. Nobody else is happy with him because we actually see the long game, the end game with all of this. He's still not done. Dude. No, because
it's like no, it's not being a partisan hack. It's that you're trying to call the game at halftime, and there's still a second half yet to be played. Man,
he broke every campaign promise that he made.
No new wars.
Single one. No new wars. The economy's not better. Fuck the people that why are assholes even asking?
What has he always said about energy?
Why are assholes even asking about the
everything revolves around energy?
Literally everything that he promised, he has fucking done the opposite. Unless you're Israel, then he's bent over and given you everything.
And Israel hasn't gotten everything.
Sure have. And you should go ahead and check out the money that they've gotten sent under Trump. Like I very clearly remember the day Trump touted how much Doge saved the American people, and then gave a check for the same amount to Israel. Like, awesome. Good for Israel.
And again, and right now, as the score settle, as it stands right now, I'll concede. I'll say the way it looks right now. Yeah, I can see how you're saying these things, but you got to watch how the rest of this thing plays out, because the last year and a half, he set up the entire chessboard for where we actually are right now. And when every day passes, it's all these little things that are happening in the background that those things would have never, ever happened. I mean, just take, for example, the arrests that the FBI is making right now and everything that they've been doing. Like the FBI's of the past don't do those things.
Elaborate.
When Kash Patel was in front of Congress against whatever congressman trying to call his ass out, and he just rattled on all the statistics of everything that the FBI has done in the last year and a half. They're all career records. I think he said like it started with like 7 of the top 10
That's
are
not
arrested.
very helpful in a debate situation, bro.
Well, I understand, but I'm trying to tell you that that list that I'm referring to, when you read off that list, I don't have it in front of me, but when you read that off, it is pretty remarkable. It is better than any
You
other.
understand that the thing that we wanted Kash Patel to do, and the thing that Trump promised, was to go after the people who are the clients in the Epstein list. Because funny enough, there's been 2 people that have been arrested for trafficking. One very suspiciously self-deleted, and the other is still in prison. And somehow there is no arrest of a client
yet. And like we've said, and I think we both have admitted too, Ben,
How
that
many years
when
has it been
when that list is fully released, it's going to be pure chaos. It's going to be pandemonium. There's going to be people on both sides of the aisle, and a lot of people are going to go down. And like I've contended, is that when that type of disclosure happens, the country has to be in the correct place, not just economically, but politically, but in all facets around everything.
Before we get rid of the kitty touchers that are in charge, what are these qualifications? Because I got to tell you,
well, sure, okay. I mean, I would say that if you want to go after these, well, sure, if you want to go after those people right now, just because quote unquote Epstein's dead doesn't mean that this shit isn't still happening to this day. The cartels are trafficking people right now. So like when you want to take like the Shield of America is when you have the whole northern or the Western Hemisphere in alignment, 17 countries to root our hemisphere of these cartels. He's rooting it out from the ground floor.
I mean, you don't gotta look into Mexico. Like there's those things exist all over in the country. Hell, look, remember when Denny Hassert got busted for a whole sex ring with little boys? Remember when they were taking the young male prostitutes to the White House for the RNC and letting them tour the White House before buggering these young kids? Like this is kind of a thing, and we should maybe make a real big thing, an example out of the ones that are involving themselves in it, so that way those type of people go away.
Well, I agree with you, Ben, and I think that's going to come in due time. I mean, just like the Supreme Court decisions are going to be coming down Monday and Tuesday, and then they're going to be out of recess for the summer, unless if probably more election stuff is going to be needed from them or something like that. Like we have some big ones: mail-in balloting, firing that lady at the Federal Reserve, birthright citizenship. And last night we had the question, like, I think Joe Cool was talking about like the 10 years, the people that have been here for 10 years, what do you do with these people? I mean, they haven't committed a crime. Should we just let them stay or should they go or whatever, what have you? And the answer with that is that if that person had a kid, that kid gets birthright citizenship because Trump in his ruling laid down that specific date of like February, what I read, it was like February 18th of 25 when he made that. So anytime, if you were someone born in this country before that date, you're golden. But afterwards, that's where his contention is.
There's another plank promise. Trump actually didn't do shit for deporting people and actually sat in front of the country and said, well, some of my wealthy friends, they have a lot of Mexicans working for them. I found that out, and they said, I don't want to lose all my workers, so we're not going to deport those guys.
Well, and going forward, Ben, you have to realize too that where we are with all the trillions of debt right now, there's going to be a major reckoning with the whole financial system.
Oh,
and
I do
what was
realize
interesting was that there was a Trump truth, like I think he said this about 2 months ago, where he was saying that he was going to be using tariffs.
There's another 200 trillion. We got 40 trillion that they tell you about the national deficit, but then we have another 200 trillion in unfunded liabilities, which means this is money that just hasn't fucking been added to the national debt yet, but is absolutely spoken for and we have to pay, and we don't have the money to pay it. And we're paying $1 trillion a year now in interest to the Fed. So,
and my answer to that would be when you look at executive orders 13848 and 13818, it's about foreign interference in our elections, and then abuses against human whatever. It's like it covers all the trafficking, all that stuff, and it basically says is that if you fucked with our elections, your stuff becomes our stuff. If you're involved in human trafficking or any of this other diddler shit, your assets become our assets. So when we're talking about the left and the right and these major players that are quote unquote being not named right now, I do believe they're going to be named because those executive orders were passed in Trump's first term, and that Biden extended them each one of those years that he was in office, and Trump has still continued to extend those executive orders as well too. They need
so we're 10 years later and nobody gets busted. Are we waiting for them?
Well, Ben,
I was for to ask that.
And I would say that we've been under control of this Leviathan for the last 150 years. You can't just take down a deep
why
state
would you
overnight.
be confident that the names were going to come out
time,
there?
Dude. And look at how many people that have resigned from Congress, not seek re-election, all of these things. He has slowly, methodically removed all of those people. And we've gotten to this point where we are. So like, when you're bitching and moaning about Iran, I contend that he didn't do this shit for the last 10 years just to get stalled on Iran. There's a mastermind plan behind all of this, and you just have to have faith, dude. And even if you want to bitch about
it could be both. It could be a mastermind.
Because I'm not a partisan hack, I don't have faith.
And you know what? And that's fine, because you're still going to wake up tomorrow in the same exact position you are today, with or without his help right now. So, in other words, you need to have faith in the guy. Otherwise,
why would that
we're all
help?
fucked. Like I said before, I'll see you in the gulag, dude. Because what do you think? Like some independent guy or some guy that you say, yeah, he's going to stand up for us. He's going to do a better job than Trump at this point. It's Trump or bust, baby. I'm sorry. He is the last shining
You
hope
could not possibly do any worse than Trump.
Whether
It
you
would
like it or
be
not, that's the fact
statistically
of the matter.
impossibly by any metric to do worse than Trump. Yeah.
I think you could, but it'd be pretty tough.
It'd be hard. You know.
I mean, take for example.
That's a pretty high bar he sets.
I mean, just take, for example, the Democrat Party, like them going forward for 28. The leadership in that party is complete dog shit.
The leadership in the Republican Party is complete dog shit. I don't know. 28.
I would agree. Minus mega.
I wouldn't even begin to guess who's gonna be the dominant leaders for 28. I couldn't even begin to guess.
I would start with it's going to be Trump, dude, because of the stolen 2020 election. The other night,
got 2 elections. It doesn't matter whether a third was stolen. You can only serve 2 terms, dude.
You know what? When Tiffany's gets robbed of its diamonds, the robbers have to return the diamonds. And this metaphor is that election. They stole it. They have to be returned.
The Constitution says you can only serve 2 terms. Well, 2.5 if you're a vice president and the president passes away for some reason, and you take over as president and actually there's a certain duration in there, and I can't remember what the exact duration is, but if it happens before that, it triggers a re-election. If it happens after, the vice president can take over as president to finish out the duration of that term, and then possibly he could go 2 more elections. After FDR, this was made law. That cannot be broken. Trump cannot run in 2028 without the fucking Congress going and changing the Constitution. And for you to get fucking 75% of Congress has to pass it. Good fucking luck.
As Congress currently stands, I would agree with you.
You think you're going to do where the shit in the midterms?
Well, in other words, in 2020, those people certified a stolen election, they're going to be held responsible for what they did. And that's going to be a large number because there are a lot of people in that specific election.
Terms, dude. I don't even disagree with you about the stolen election. Is what's fucked up. I agree that fucking 20 million is too much of an anomaly. They would have broken somebody's knees for that in Vegas. Like that is too much.
What happened with 20 million? Y'all said 20 million votes came up.
I would look at the law of war manual.
No, there was a 20 million jump in votes. So if you look at before the 2020 election, there's a very slight, very even incline in the number of voters. And then all of a sudden in the 2020 election, it went whoop. Like it jumped.
Wait. That in itself is not enough for me to even begin to stolen an election, right? You got other evidence that can't be it, or that can't be your best evidence, though, right?
But for most people that would be evidence because it's a statistical anomaly that's near impossible. 18 million, and we're talking about over the entire course of our history. It had held this nice, even, little smooth thing, and then in 2020 it went bam. Like
Can't think of no reason why that wouldn't happen. I don't know.
I agree with you. I wholeheartedly agree with you. Yeah,
but
and that was the first election that it became apparent to the people, though.
But Trump.
But this is your evidence. This won't win in the court, man. This is it. Stolen election. That's it. The jump in the numbers.
11.3 under a belligerent occupation. These people were under a belligerent occupation of holding America hostage.
Who's holding America hostage?
So the people that were in Congress certifying
popular candidates that's ever been, dude. The guy has tried.
I agree.
He's been horribly unpopular, and it's wild the things that they tried to do with the black community in that, because Biden was a raving racist. Like
both ours.
Like he was a raving racist,
sniffing babies and girls and shit.
I think you've said before, Ben. Like, haven't you said like you don't really subscribe to the notion that was a fake Joe Biden? It was an actor or something.
No, I said actually that's one of the replacements you convinced me of, because Senator Biden back in the day, I don't remember which way it was. One of them has unattached earlobes, and then if you look at the current pictures, it's attached, or it's the other way around. And I'm like, what the fuck? Why does one of them have unattached earlobes and one of them have attached earlobes? That makes no sense.
Okay. So I was going to say along those lines is knowing kind of like what we've seen to this point now, and you go back to that 2020 election, how goofy was it that the dude was campaigning from the basement now? It looks even weirder. Granted COVID, granted all that stuff, but it's like that dude got more votes than any president in history, 81 million, and he campaigned from the basement. Come the fuck on.
Yeah, that whole thing's suspicious as hell. But then the whole reason I don't go bang on about it though is because you can't convince me both sides don't cheat like hell. Like I don't think any election is real for a very long time.
Sure. So like when you say like Republicans, Democrats, and specifically the Republican Party, I don't align with that Republican Party. I agree with the MAGA faction of the party, which is becoming the very majority of it now. That party is completely shifted.
What's the distinction?
You have now, like for example, like in New York, in the state legislature, you had a bunch of Democrats come out on Friday say that
he's comparing rhinos to MAGA. MAGA is like the new Tea Party.
Well, okay. In a sense, right? But if you had to split it up into factions of the Republican Party, is it fair to say that it's just rhinos and MAGA, or would you say it's Republican, rhino, and MAGA?
At this point,
Trump, you know what I mean?
At this point, Trump's driven out anybody that's not basically bowed and kissed the ring. So I would have to say
he's getting there fast.
Right. Take a look at John Thune. Like John Thune is a rhino. Would you agree with that?
John Thune's definitely a rhino. Yeah.
To be clear, and Trump had his back for putting him in that position. Right? So like I was saying before, it's part of the deal, part of the war of things, where sometimes you need to put your enemy in that position to expose them and show them to the light, ultimately to say, hey, people, they say they're Republican, but he's not. Like, he's clearly a rhino. And
what did you say?
He's been exposed as such, and we've seen that now.
A rhino is a fake Republican, right?
No, it's an old school Republican. So like the problem is that the rhinos are basically the ones that have been in office longer than most of us have been alive, and fucking guys like that. So their agenda is an agenda that is died years ago. The same way that like coming up as soon as the baby boomers die, this is part of why there's such a heavy Israel push right now. Because if they don't get this done now, when the baby boomer generation's gone, so is their support. Because Gen X don't give a fuck about
for the wank. Can I assume that you support the war terror and you just support Trump?
One of the things that was really interesting after the whole Charlie Kirk debacle, and I still believe he's alive actually, but regardless of that point, my fear was after that whole thing happened on how Turning Point USA created a chapter in virtually every high school in the country now.
Yeah.
And my fear is that if, Israel co-opted Turning Point, they have, in a sense, like a grip on our youth. And that does kind of freak me out. So
I think he was shot to death.
I still think that there is a reckoning for Israel, and I think that they can't control themselves. And I think we're going to see some exposure from them where they're going to start acting even more AWOL because, up until this whole thing in February with Iran, like it really did look like Trump was kissing the ass of Israel's feet. But I think it's the same kind of in line of how he put Thune in charge like that. Like sometimes you have to keep your friends close, but your enemies closer, kind of a thing. And I think that's
what are you saying? Break it down. I don't understand what you
and
just
it's one of those
said
things
there.
where, like, I do believe that with World War
signed an executive order that said if you try to embargo Israel, you're cut from federal funds. He's made more laws in this country for Israel by executive order or executive orders than any president ever has.
What do you mean? It used to look like he bows. It still looks like he bows his front to
Israel. Would it be fair to say if he can give it, he can very well taketh away?
Why would he taketh away? He's married into the Chabad small hats. Like the most of the freaking small hats, they are the crazy ones.
Sure. But I do think I do think it's one of those things though that there's a version of Israel that it needs to be protected because of the Holy Land of what that area represents. Israel as a nation state created out of World War II is the problem. It's just like how we have a deep state in our country. There's a faction of a deep state running that country in China and all these other countries that he's rooted up. Like I was saying with North Korea, for example, the other night, how he removed those bad actors of the CIA pulling the strings on Kim in the first term. That's why Kim loves him so much.
God.
That's why the media absolutely assassinated him over it in the first term with North Korea.
I feel like I'm in an alternate reality.
Yeah.
I know where you're coming from, man. I mean, it's surface level stuff.
You're totally in the religion of it, and you even say you have to have faith. And the fact is from anybody that's even middle ground, which is what I am, fucking there's none of his moves without, if you take away the religion of it, none of them are explained.
None of it's smart. You wouldn't be saying all of it's smart.
My understanding
you had that
of World War
part.
III was that they were going to nuke an American city and they were going to take Israel off the map. Their whole plan was to have a one world government and a one world religion. If you knew Israel, that Holy Land off the map,
for the
world religion is very feasible in my mind. With
for the win, can you even hear me?
Of course of time. And it's the same thing when you kind of look at things.
Is my mic working?
Europe completely sold out all of their energy policy.
I don't think.
Finishing talking, Joe. He's just not letting you.
You can't hear me. Okay.
Can you hear Joe for the win?
I can't. No.
You probably need to go out and come back in so you can hear Joe.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't think he meant to be rude and shit like that.
Oh, I can hear you now, brother.
All right, great. All right. I would have questions for you.
I had like a little play button. I tapped the play button on the stream on my phone here.
Yeah.
What's up, Joe?
I don't remember. I had like 8 times I was trying to erupt on some of the different things that she said.
I was like, man, this is such a nice one-on-one, and no one else wants to chime in. Here's Joe. I was trying to tell you something 8 times. Sorry, man.
Yes. Okay, I know some of it was you said you used to believe it. It used to look like Trump was a puppet for Israel. What do you mean used to, right? Isn't that like what changed?
Well, okay. So like, I was kind of thinking in my head, like when Mark Levin was hugging him on stage, and he's like, he's the top Jew, he's for us, he was all that and everything. And Mark Levin is a fucking crazy person, and it's like you're gonna align with that crazy person, dude? That's fucking whack. But that's what I was trying to say, is that you keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. And I do believe that there's going to be a decoupling from this Israel thing altogether as well, too, because you can't be America first and Israel first at the same time. It's either one or the other.
You noticed that.
So which one is it?
Always keep crazy in front of you.
That's right. At least Levin was a constitutional attorney, lawyer. So that's all I can say about the guy. I'm going to go here in a minute. I've had a long day, so I need to go.
Nobody.
Good night, Star.
Good night.
Good night, Star. Good night, Star.
Good night.
If I can't hear anyone because she left, let me know.
Yeah, she did leave.
Yeah.
I can hear Joe still. We're good.
Yeah. Spen, I put your name in the next video, man. Be out in a few days, man.
Okay. Appreciate it, Joe.
Look, I want to review it. I'd love to review it over.
Night, Nova.
Yeah.
Oh, look who has arisen from the depths
Hold
of
on.
hell.
Hold on.
Well, now that the scary titties are gone, Clay can come up.
Both have red hair.
Hey, Spin, I'm fixing to get off.
Alter ego.
All righty, Kraut. We'll see you later, brother.
Yeah. Can I say something real quick?
Sure, go ahead.
Yeah. So this is why somebody on Discord like yesterday asked to debate like pro Democrats, pro Republicans, basically saying like which parties does bad things, which party does good things, and I actually declined that because it'll basically be whataboutism. That's why I totally understand where Ben is coming from. No, you don't even have to know politics to realize no politician is going to do 100% everything you want or everything right for the country. So at the end of the day, a debate like that will basically be whataboutism. I'm willing to debate like which party has more racist tendencies, Democrats, but other than that, it's basically all whataboutism. I was going to say
it's
something
like Kurt Metzger says. Republicans it's like Kurt Metzger says. Republicans are openly racist and closet homosexuals, and Democrats are open homosexuals and closet racists.
I go for that.
Right. That part is true.
Yes.
All right, it's 50. Hey, I'll agree half with that. But I mean,
that's the half and half he's talking about.
I don't know, man. If you look at history, but hey, man, this debate was it was fun, man. It was a nice little change of pace.
I did see something, and as it did suck, I missed Nova. That's all right. I'll catch her on the next one. But Joe, you know who Michael Eline is, right?
Yeah, attorney.
Right. So Alan Beck is his friend.
Okay.
Alan Beck's the guy who's heading up that Second Amendment case that you guys were talking about.
Which one? I talk about a lot of. I don't know which case.
So the 6-3 decision?
Oh, I never got to there. I just read the thing. Since I've been here, they ain't said a word about the case.
It's funny because when I had just woke up, right, and I seen you guys were live, and then I scrolled it back. I always do that to see what you guys are talking about. First thing that Ben mentions is the Hawaii case, 6-3 decision, and I'm like, Hawaii? That's Beck. That's Eline's friend. Yeah, so
the one for the concealed carry.
The concealed carry. That's
Alan
nice.
Beck.
Alan Beck.
Nice.
I've been on panel with him. I've talked to him in chat. You know, he's a short kind of he's kind of got the nasally voice, but he's a constitutionalist. He is more educational. He is obviously one of the best, the top 2A attorneys out here in one he's on the YouTubes, sometimes with Eline, but in the courts for sure. The guy's genius, right? And you can see that he's a patriot.
Clay.
He loves this country. He did really good.
Clay.
Mm-hmm.
Can you do me a favor? Can you mute yourself, shut your camera off, and call me? I would never ask to do this. I need you to call me.
Okay, I got you.
I'll be right back, guys. I've oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I got you.
All right.
I'm pretty sure Spin's about to show Clay his hemorrhoid.
I got a question for you guys. It's something I want to get into.
I was expecting a Joe Cool laugh after that. We didn't get it. I'm disappointed.
I didn't hear it. I was on the phone. I got a call. My brother's my birthday. I don't know if I think I probably told y'all that. I'm high. My brother saying happy birthday. So I didn't hear what you said, but it was something I wanted to ask you, Kat. Since guy Andy, since Clay is up here, is Clay still up here?
No, him and Spin popped in and said Clay needed to get out and shut his camera and his mic off. He had to show him something. And I said that Clay, and then I said that Clay's about to see Spin's hemorrhoids. And there's the Joe laugh we were expecting.
And don't bother asking.
Oh, what up, Pharaoh? I didn't see you either. I'm really high. I could barely see, period. But I think I want to save my shit. No, I'll start it with you, Cats. Balderson for the win. And you'll add to okay. The guy yesterday, Andy. I was thinking, Andy can't answer some questions. Right.
Yeah.
Because
some of the shit you're trying to drag him into, what that we will drag him into.
Okay. Wait. Let's take Andy out because it's going to be emotional. I think if I do Andy now, let's just say a politician.
Yesterday was the first time I ever met him.
Right. I shouldn't have stuck him in there anyway. A politician, because I'm talking in the philosophical. He just made me think of this. And me and him talked about this yesterday. You'd have been there. But let's say any politician. I'm about to make the argument that it's inherently fucked up. It's logical. I'm gonna use him again as an example. Andy could not have said certain things and progress further. Any politician would have to do that shit. Inherently, doesn't that mean that this profession that we are going into says we cannot be honest? Is that the simple truth of it?
It is, but it isn't. If you're gonna play inside the system, it's the truth. If you're a true if you're a true outsider candidate that's having a grassroots movement through the support of the people and no support of the system, you could very possibly get yourself in and make real changes through huge grassroots support. And I think if a person was going to do that, now would be the time, because through social media, there's a freedom in order to try and catch the attention of the people without being affiliated with the parties that wasn't there before.
You drug my question so far away. I bet you don't even remember where it was at.
Would it be fair to say that?
Yes, I do. That he could say certain things and couldn't say certain things because that he has to sit inside this system. And I'm saying that through an extreme grassroots support system where he doesn't need any affiliation with any of the current system, he could say those things, but he would have to be heavily favored by the public, independent of any other support.
Yeah, inside the system, you cannot speak out against it. Outside
Yeah.
the system, you can, but you still need the support of the people in order to be successful.
Yes, that is what I was saying, the short and simple of it. Thank you for summarizing.
Well, it sounds like to be a politician, you're trying to change it from inside the system.
Well,
and
there's a possibility
Perro is
for an
saying that's
outside
not a
candidate.
thing.
Trump
Outside
pretended like
candidate, he's an outside candidate to get in the system.
Right, but if you keep the support, so the reason that these people play ball with the RNC is because they can, or the DNC, either way, they have to keep getting the support of the system. If you're,
You know, I understand how these things work. Yes.
If your only support system is the voters, then you don't need those guys.
So you must lie.
Would a good example be Spencer Pratt in LA? He's in a sense running against the current establishment system there. I mean, he's a household name being a reality star still, so at least people know the guy, but he's not like a nobody like the guy we had on last night.
And he probably spoke his mind.
The type of race he's running out there in LA, I think is a model of what you're saying. He's killing it on social media. You're absolutely right about that.
Yeah. And he probably spoke his mind. I remember him as a guy who speaks his mind.
Yeah. And again, that is a possible thing now because of social media, where before the RNC and the DNC had a contract with the major media companies, and only people allowed to speak were them. You know, they put in.
Bartison, let me ask you again. I want my question better answered. I think that when I asked my question, your answer was, well, it's possible. Well, anything's possible. So I'm not happy with that answer. In order to become a politician, damn near, ain't it certain that I will not be able to tell the truth about things? And the step after that is lying about things.
I mean, for your own safety in your life.
What I'm saying is, and it's been a few years, but every so many years a character pops up in the mainstream media. So I will name you 3 characters in your and my lifetime, Joe, that have upset elections and damn near taken them. Ross Perot, Ralph Nader, and Ron Paul. Fucking by the time Ron Paul got around to it, they had put so many laws into place that even though Ron Paul even made all the qualifications to get on the main stage, they wouldn't let him. Now that's worked for them up until now. Now with social media, if another rich person or well-backed person who has Ron Paul was end the Fed was his big thing. Or not end the Fed, audit the Fed. And he wanted to end it and bring back American dollar. But another strong candidate like that, or a wealthy one like Ross Perot, comes in and goes through social media, I think they have a strong chance. I think most of the country hates the Democrats and the Republicans at this point.
Yeah.
Okay. The first part of that, definitely the strong character. And then when you add the second part, the rich guy alone, that won't do it. But when you throw in social media, now suddenly it perhaps comes feasible.
Right. Yeah. Money's not everything, because like Tom Steyer, Michael Bloomberg, you know, if you have a shitty platform, the people aren't going to be for it. You have to have something like you're saying.
Everything in order to be successful must be based in truth. It just seems so logical to me. I've always preached that. I got a buddy who preaches that shit with me. And it strikes me that, you know, every politician, I hate them. And you know why? It's because they're dishonest. It's because when the other guy does something good, I can't say it. And that's at best. At worst, it's you don't see it. Everything the other guy does is bad. Then you get to acting weird, and you know, it just ruins everybody and makes my life fucking miserable. Politicians too. Because they lie. They're not honest. It's a mythical shit when you stop being honest. Good that you're here. I barely hear you, but I wanted to hear your input.
Okay, let me make sure. Is this better?
Yeah, it's probably because it's just you could still turn it up. So
Could I? Let me double check that.
He's a real mic and get rid of that rock band shit.
Oh, it was turned down. I don't go many places now.
Yeah, I would even say actually the year that I noticed that change was Bernie Sanders. I believe that had Bernie Sanders manager took all of his progress and put it into the mainstream media. I believe had he tripled down on social medias and went independent, Bernie Sanders would have taken that.
that's a great argument, Joe, because that's the way it would have happened in the rap world or another world. You the movie world, you'd have went independent fully, and then they'd had to come to you. You wouldn't have sold out beforehand and went over to them.
Yeah.
So I am back. I'm not gonna.
Yeah,
tell
I got
you
a question for you.
Hold on. I'm not gonna tell you what it was, but it's big.
Hemorrhoid, we know.
Bernie Sanders. I would
Good.
say
He already told us it was a hemorrhoid. Clay he told us already.
It is big and it's good. It's not bad. So, yeah, when he comes back, I'll let him get into it. But yeah, super exciting news coming. But go ahead, Joe.
All right, Clay, and you guys don't interrupt because I'm going to ask Clay a slightly different question. It's going to sound exactly the same. Clay, Andy isn't here entering into a profession where you are not allowed to tell the truth.
Ooh, man.
I love that you at least thought about it like that. I love it.
You are allowed to tell the truth.
No, you're not.
I'm not going to say he's not allowed to tell the truth.
He wasn't yesterday. Were you here? I pinned him and everybody wrestled me to the floor. And then this guy said he is not allowed to say those things because he might get clipped.
Oh, yeah.
That doesn't mean he's required to talk. He's allowed to tell the truth. Like it just as like he's.
That wasn't a problem with him telling the truth. That was just a matter of getting him to say certain phrases so that he can be clipped out of context.
Yeah,
and you have it used against him in his campain. That's all he was concerned with.
Truthful phrases. Yeah.
Also, just because he won't tell you something doesn't mean he can't tell the truth on something else. Right?
Sure. Okay, to a degree, I'll give you that. But yes, you cannot make it dancing like that. You cannot make it be your thing, be avoidance. If I ask you, man, can I have an AK? In order to get the job, you have to dance. It's an unworthy fucking profession.
The problem, and I actually have the same problem in debates